welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel, the owner and creator here at the Eclectic Cottage in Spokane, Washington. Happy Sunday, everyone. For today's video, as promised, I have a thrift haul for you. It is definitely not the largest thrift haul in the world, but I did manage over the past few weeks to find some things that I wanted to bring back to the cottage, and they've been kind of rolling around in there, so I figured it was time that I got them unloaded and did a thrift haul so that I can get them washed up and either painted or out on the floor. So that is my video for today. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the things over here and we'll work our way to the end. So I'm going to start with this big giant bowl. This was $9.99. Obviously it's old, vintage. It's got a little bit of a chip. I did Google lens it. It's worth a little bit of money even with the chip in it. And I just love this old pottery like this. So on the bottom, it does say USA, and then it's got some other words and stuff. So I know that it's old, but I'm kind of excited to have found it, and definitely going to just wash it up and get it out as quickly as I can. Now I kind of hit the jackpot a little bit a couple weeks ago on chickens. And so I found this set. So there's the kind of standing up one, and they're just cute for $4.99. These I'm not going to do anything to. I figure I paid enough for them at $5 that I'll be just glad to put them out the way they are. So that was the tall one, and then of course there's a little sitting guy, super cute. I have a set like this at home personally. Mine are pierced and they have candle holders in them, and just like a week ago one of my cats jumped up on top of my curio and knocked one of them down, so decapitated my poor chicken. So I'm tempted to take these home and replace my set with them. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I found this adorable little kind of primitive chicken with the wine, goodness gracious, I guess I've got wine on my mind, you guys, with the twine pull on it, and I just thought it was cute, and it was $3.99, so I'll just put it out with a little grouping of chickens. And then I found this cool guy. He was $5.99. I really like him just the way he is, so I have a feeling I'm going to just put him out as is. If it doesn't sell, I mean, it does have a couple little places of small damage, but if it doesn't sell, I might entertain the idea of painting it down the road, but I just think he's cute. He really needs a bath, and then I'm just going to put him out. So we'll see what happens. Now, I love big salt and pepper shakers. I found this pepper mill. I have another one that's really tall, and I might do a few just to kind of have like a vignette of just pepper shakers and paint them up really cute. This one was $4.99. I just love the old wood mills, so I thought it was a great buy. And I did manage to find a few rabbits for Easter, so I was kind of excited for that. I found these guys. They were $2.99 a piece. They're cute. One's got a little chip in his ear, but these will probably get a paint job. They're very kind of dingy, and so I will probably paint them up and do some sort of a wax treatment on them. But for $2.99 each, I went ahead and grabbed them. And then this little bunny I thought was cute. He was $4.99, and I'm just going to paint him. His eyes are really faded and kind of gross, and so he will definitely get a little paint job, and then probably again a good wax just to kind of bring out all the detail. He's very coarse. He's got a lot of texture to him, so I want to be able to highlight that with some wax. So he'll probably be in a video relatively soon. Then I found this really pretty mercury glass little candy dish or whatever, $2.99. It was made in India, so I just thought it was pretty, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Then for Easter, I found these two. They were $2.99 a piece, but I think what I'm going to do, there were two of them. I think I'm going to paint these and maybe put a mold or some transfers or just decoupage paper, just make them up so that they're pretty and not just plain. So for $2.99, I figure they're a good canvas to do something fun with. So we'll see what happens with them. I grabbed this little sign because it was half price item, which made it $1.50. I figure, again, good canvas to sand and recreate something. I might try and sneak this in as an Easter project. We'll see. It really depends on my time and what happens with things this next week or so. But anyway, for $1.50, I went ahead and grabbed it. Then I found this metal watering can. I am always on the lookout for metal watering cans. I try to stay away from the plastic ones. I just think the metal are so much prettier and their longevity seems to be a little bit longer. It's got a little bit of rust in it, not too terribly bad, and a stupid sticker on it that I'm going to take off. But it was only $5.99, so I did go ahead and grab it. I will probably soak it with some vinegar and just maybe plug this hole and leave it so that it has a chance to get rid of some of that rust, and then I will put it out for sale. So the color's good, and it doesn't have a lot of damage anywhere, which I was excited for. So I was glad to find it. This little vase is nothing super special, but I just thought it was pretty. And it was only $1.99. And I like having vases in the shop. And honestly, I've sold out of almost all of the ones that I had. And I'm in search of more. So this I had to have. I like that it's got a little bit of that kind of greenish blue tint to it. And it's not just plain glass. So, and for $1.99, I thought, what the heck? So I went ahead and grabbed it. And then I am trying to add a few more hair in my mouth, you guys. A few more florals to the shop. I like having little vessels. Again, I'm sold out of vases, so I found that vase. I found this little container. This one was only $1.99. I think I'm probably going to do something fun with the outside of this, and then I'll use it to put some baby's breath or lamb's ear or something in, just to have some pretty florals in my spring displays. And then I found this pretty lamp base. This was only $5.99. It's ceramic, it's ivory, there's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't have any significant cracks or chips or anything. It looks pretty vintage, but it's lacking a shade. I've been on the lookout for one, and excuse me, shades they're hard to find when you're looking for a specific size or color. So eventually, hopefully, I will find one for this. I just don't want a big giant shade since it's such a slim kind of silhouette. So we'll see what I come up with. At any rate, I'm going to wash it up, kind of stash it for now until I can find a good shade to go on it. And then there's this lamb's ear stuff that I found at the Goodwill, you guys. This whole bundle was $7.99, which is a great deal. There are several pieces in here that range in length. I don't know if somebody cut them down or if they just came in a couple different lengths, but I haven't taken it all apart to see exactly what I've got. But I'm thinking I'm going to actually keep this for me and put it on one of my ladders just to add something a little springy to some of my own decor here in the shop. So, but for $7.99, I thought it was a great buy. And then the rest of the items you see up here, I actually got at an estate sale, and it was their $4 day. So everything was $4 even. So I got these 3 green dishes. I just love this color. It's such a vibrant green. And I know St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I really don't do a lot for St. Patrick's Day in particular, but I think since I did get a few green items and I've got a couple more out in the shop, I might just put like a little green and white display on a tabletop somewhere. So I thought these were great for $4 each. And then I have a thing for amber glass. I know it's really not the in thing anymore, but I still think it's pretty. And again, for $4, I went ahead and grabbed this little dish. It's got an ugly candle in it, so I will freeze it and then, or just heat the bottom and just try and get that out and clean it up. But for $4, I went ahead and grabbed it. Then I found this, and you guys, I had everything in a basket, and I went to switch hands with the basket, missed one of the handles, and everything went crashing to one side of the basket. and I ended up chipping this. And so very disappointing, but I still think it's kind of a pretty piece. I'm going to put it out. I'll just put an as is on it. But it's just this little kind of silvery dish. So we'll see what happens with it. Again, it was only $4. So worst case, you know, I end up keeping it for myself. So we'll see what happens. And then I found this. I love the iridescent kind of carnival glass looking stuff. So I thought this was pretty. Again, I like greens. I do a lot of popping greens in with my spring decor and also right into fall. And then of course it's a great color for Christmas too. So for me, green is an all year color. And again, I just thought this was pretty. So I went ahead and grabbed it for $4. And then we already talked about vases, and so they had this one for $4, and I like the color again. It goes really well with the other dishes that I picked up, so I just went ahead and grabbed it. It needs a bath very, very badly. It's got some lint in the bottom of it, but other than that, it's in really good shape. Now, the stein is actually not for me. This is for my son. He collects them, but only if they're German steins. He doesn't want like the Avon ones. So when I do find a good German one that I haven't already bought him, I go ahead and grab it. And this was only $4 as well. And then the last couple items that I found at the estate sale were these two bobbins. I just love the vintage wood look to these. I just think it's pretty. It'll go in really well with a couple of the other vintage items. I actually just pulled out of my stash that I don't even know if I've ever shown you guys. I've got a little kid's rocking chair. It's old, but it's in pretty good shape. It's got a couple of rough spots on the seat. And it's one that I'm going to try and sand the parts that need sanded, go over it with a darker stain just to kind of try and tie everything together. I just don't want to mess up the primitive look to the wood, and then probably seal it and call it a day. I will show it to you guys at some point, but these will go really pretty kind of in an area with it. So I was excited to find them, and I'm always on the lookout for stuff like this. So it was a good find. And then of course, the last item that we managed to find was this humongous shelf. This thing is really heavy. I don't think it's solid wood. I think it's that really tightly woven MDF, but it's still really heavy. It's in pretty good shape. It has a couple little dings. This is one that I'm not going to try stripping this slick factory finish off of it. No way. So it's just going to get sanded a little bit and painted. And in all honesty, this is probably something that you guys are going to see me finish relatively quickly, because it is perfect to go into one of my displays to add a little bit of height to it. I'm always on the lookout for ways that I can add more display space in my tiny little shop, and this was perfect. It has a couple cracks in one of the legs that I'm going to have to address, but I'm thinking possibly a cottage color on this. So you guys tell me, you should know kind of my feel. I don't really do pinks and reds. I don't do bright yellows or oranges, but in the range of colors that I normally do, what do you guys think I should put on this little shelving unit? I'm kind of thinking Americana, but I'm not 100% sure. It could be, you know, just tell me what you guys think, and then I'll kind of go from there. So we'll see what you guys come up with. Anyway, that is it for today's thrift haul. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. I so appreciate that. If you haven't already, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. And then of course, just hit the little notification bell so you don't miss anything. And then don't forget to drop a comment below. Let me know, did you have a favorite item in today's haul, or do you have a suggestion on a color for this shelf? I can tell you, I really don't want it black. That's another color I don't, because I've got some black shelves out there, you guys. And so, like I said, I'm thinking either some sort of blue, green, or cream, somewhere in that range. So tell me, you know, what you guys think. I could do a milk paint on this with extra bond in it. I just don't necessarily want to do the DIY paint. I don't want brush strokes in it. It's kind of a softer paint. So I really would like to stick to the milk paint or the cottage colors. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. So let's see, just a quick reminder, I do carry a full line of paint and products here at the shop and on my website at www.theeclecticcottagespokane.com that includes DIY paint and products, which I have an order coming on Tuesday to restock. So if you're waiting on anything, it'll be here Tuesday. I also carry Sweet Pickins milk paint and products, and the color of the month for this month, March, which today is March 1st, is Cheshire, which is a really pretty soft green. Now, I have not had time to go into my website and change the price quite yet, but I will hopefully later on today, and that will be 35% off. And I do have more of that particular color coming as well. So if I do run out of stock, just know that there will be more on its way. I also carry Recycled Treasures decoupage papers as well as some redesign with Prima. So if you need anything, check those out there. And then let's see, for Thursday's video, I am really going to try to get a few simple things done. I'm in the process of doing my spring reset. I've got a little bit of a small event coming up on Saturday. So my concentration is going to be trying to get the cottage ready for that. But I'm hoping to have some time to, like I said, finish up a couple simple things here in the kitchen for you guys for Thursday. So fingers crossed. Anyway, until then, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend and beginning of the week. Thank you as always for being here. I so appreciate it, you guys, and I will see you back here on Thursday. Bye.